Guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 155. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend, and I do hope you guys are doing better than yesterday. But being Sunday, it is self reflection and having the time to talk to myself. I have realized three things that has greatly hindered my progress in this week. Three habits that I really want to eliminate, and I will eliminate for next week because I want to start moving forward next week. Being now I'm in maintenance, there's no excuse for me being tired and etc. Of course, there will be a momentary shift that requires some time to make that mental shift. But if I feed myself with excess calories, I figure that I'll have just a little tiny improvement in how I feel towards the day. But the three things that I had realized that has greatly hindered me is, first of all, binge eating. Binge eating, not in a sense that eating a lot of calories, not tracking my food and just throwing my gym journey out the window. What I mean by binge eating for me is eating all my calories in one sitting. Now, obviously, this is not healthy whatsoever. This is not optimal for whatever goals you are pursuing. And totally, it is not optimal for me because when I binge eat, not only do I feel sluggish and tired from all the carbs that I instantly absorb in my body, it leaves me sluggish. So I have no motivation or will to do anything positive. And binge eating leads to another habit, which is what mindlessly watching TV, just mindlessly indulging in content online. Now, this takes up majority of my week as from my revision. Um, Obviously, because if I have done nothing, I must distract myself somehow. So watching TV, grabbing the remote is the most easiest thing that comes into mind. However, the third thing that I believe is the most crucial and perhaps is the reason I have created these two habits is a poor self-talk, poor self-image. Self-talk, I'm not talking about self-confidence. More, I'm saying about the belief if I can do something or not. Now, I always had belief I could do stuff, but however, this cut did play an unpredicted turn in how I feel mentally. I could say that I had been affected by it quite a lot, which is why I am cutting the cut now in 3 months' time, and I am doing the maintenance now just to have that mental reset and kind of get myself back in check. But next week, going to eliminate all these three habits because, like I said, my whole week has been hindered or somewhat obstructed due to these three habits. Now, obviously, binge eating leads to mindlessly watching TV, and then mindlessly watching TV leads to bad self talk. And if this cycle constantly repeats, it leaves me with no energy or no reason to just do work. It kind of blocks out my goals and purpose because when you numb yourself with carbohydrates, brain fog, and when you distract yourself with entertainment, then you become a slave to these distractions. And for me, that has been how I have felt for the past week. So definitely not ideal, definitely not a healthy way to put yourself. No matter if you're still doing the right things, no matter if you're still eating in your calorie requirements or still going to the gym, it is definitely not healthy just being in that continuous self-destructive cycle. So I do believe that binge eating will eliminate by itself if I'm on this maintenance. Obviously, the hunger, the reason for eating more food will eventually die out. There will be no reason for me to binge eat. Second of all, negative self talk with that belief that obviously will go too when I do have that just that more freedom to have that mind to myself instead of thinking about food all the time. And watching TV, this is pretty obvious. That only happens when I binge eat. If I don't binge eat, I don't watch TV because when I have a clear mind, I want to do things. I want to pursue my goals. But obviously, I figured to myself, and I noticed this when I binge eat, is that if I eat a lot of food, if I give myself a lot of brain fog, then I can numb my brain, which makes me do dumb shit I later repent. So binge eating definitely is a big problem. It definitely is a big issue. But like I said, that eventually will go. So very excited for next week because being on this maintenance, not only will I recover from diet fatigue, and I'll also recover from my workouts, and it'll just place me in a very, very good place. So very excited about that. Does my physique look as how I want to at the end of the cut? Probably not. I definitely could cut down to a little bit less body fat percentage, but I am kind of happy where I am now because cutting down more, it would just make me look more skinny, and I'm not trying to look skinny. I do want to look a bit built, but obviously I never started with a lot of muscle mass in the first place. So gonna maintenance, probably gonna put on some weight or just see how that goes. But obviously the main reason for this maintenance is just to get my body in shape because I kind of stay away from caffeine. Obviously, when I do drink caffeine, I do for myself performing better. For me, if I can stay away from those stimulants and stuff, I will try to because I want to function at my best naturally. Obviously, caffeine is natural, but it's just that increase in energy may not be how I want to fuel my body. Because like if I can't drink caffeine anymore, or if I get like a tolerance to caffeine, then obviously I have to rely on it. I don't like to rely on anything, but I'll just see how this goes. But this just pretty much has been my week. Very unstable, very unreliable week. I have been working at one day and then doing nothing the other day. And obviously my point targets, my system I have built myself is pretty bad. I am in the negative points right now, so definitely not ideal. Definitely not good to see that I had not gained any points this week, but rather I fell on the negative, which means next week I have to not work harder, but just keep myself positive and stay away from distractions so I can kind of buy back the points I had lost this week. But this will be the plan, and I think it'll be a wonderful plan. But this is all I have to say for today. I hope you guys did your self reflection just to know where you are in life this week. And I do hope you guys learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.